It's time for spelling analysis. Let's keep applying the rules and phonograms we're learning. The first word is eagle. I saw a bald eagle soaring in the sky. Eagle. Go ahead and say eagle. How many syllables? Two. We will say to spell e-gull. What will we say to spell? E-gull. Let's sound it out. The first syllable is E. Use an E-F-A. Second syllable is gull. G-ul. Silent final E. Go ahead and write E-gull. Sound it out as you write it. And help me to write it. The first syllable is E. E. Second syllable is gull. G-ul. Silent final E. How will we mark it? We'll put a line over the E and we'll double underline the silent final E. Why do we have a silent E in eagle? Every syllable must have a vowel. Let's read it. E-g-ul. Eagle. The next word is turtle. The turtle was huge. Turtle. Go ahead and say turtle. How many syllables in turtle? Two. We will say to spell tur-tul. What will we say to spell? Tur-tul. Let's sound it out. The first syllable is tur. T-er. Use the verb hurt. Tul. T-ul. Silent final E. Go ahead and write tur-tul. And once again, that's the of hurt. And help me to write it. Tul. T-ul. Silent final E. How do we mark it? We'll underline the And why do we have a silent final E in turtle? You're right. Every syllable must have a vowel. Let's read it. T-ul. Turtle. The next word is dolphin. I loved watching the dolphin leap through the water. Dolphin. Go ahead and say dolphin. How many syllables? Two. We will say to spell dolphin. What will we say to spell? Dolphin. Let's sound it out. The first syllable is doll. D-a-ul. The second syllable is fin. F. Did you see this? I-n. Go ahead and write dolphin. And that's right. It uses our new phonogram. Dolphin. And help me to write it. The first syllable is doll. D-a-ul. The second syllable is fin. F-I-n. And how do we mark it? We underline the f. Let's read it. D-a-ul-f-I-n. Dolphin. The next word is photograph. He took a beautiful photograph of the sunrise. Photograph. How many syllables in photograph? Three. We will say to spell photograph. What will we say to spell? Photograph. Let's sound it out. The first syllable is fo. O. Do you see this? The second syllable is to. T-o. The third syllable is graph. G-r-a-f. That's right. Go ahead and write photograph. Sound it out as you write it. That's the key to writing these bigger words. Photograph. And help me to write it. The first syllable is fo, o, to, graph, g-r-a-f. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the f and we'll put a line over the o. Why did the o say its long sound? A, E, O, U usually say their long sounds at the end of the syllable. And we'll put a line over the o. There it is again. It's at the end of the syllable. And we'll underline the f. Notice it has two of the two-letter f's in it. Let's read it. F-o-t-o-g-r-a-f. Photograph. Excellent. The next word is house. The house next door is blue. Go ahead and say house. Let's sound it out. Ow. Use an ow, o, u, s. Silent final E. Go ahead and write house and sound it out as you write it. Excellent. Help me to write it. Ow. Silent final E. How do we mark it? We'll put a line under the ow. And why do we have a silent E in house? You're right. It's to keep it from looking plural. So when a singular word ends in S, we often add an E to keep it from looking like it's plural. Let's read it. House, house. The next word is beneath. Did you look beneath the couch? Beneath. Go ahead and say beneath. How many syllables? 2. We will say to spell beneath. What will we say to spell? Beneath. Let's sound it out. The first syllable is B. B-E. The second syllable is neath. N-E. Use an E at A. Go ahead and write beneath. Excellent. Beneath. Now help me to write it. The first syllable is B. B-E. Second syllable is neath. N-E-th. And how will we mark it? We'll put a line over the E. Why did it say it's long sound? A, E, O, U usually say their long sounds at the end of the syllable. And we'll underline the E and the th. Let's read it. B-E-N-E-th. Beneath. And here, did you hear that? We often say beneath. Why? That's right. Any vowel may say or it at the end or in an unstressed syllable. It's the lazy vowel or schwa. The next word is during. We can do that during lunch. Go ahead and say during. How many syllables in during? 2. We will say to spell ing. What will we say to spell? ing. All right, let's sound it out. The first syllable is D-er. That's the of hurt. The second syllable is ing. I-ng. Go ahead and write ing. Good, and help me to write it. The first syllable is D-er. Second syllable is ing. I-ng. And how do we mark it? We'll underline the in the ng. Let's read it. D-er-I-ng. During. The next word is around. The dog ran around in a circle. Go ahead and say around. How many syllables in around? 2. We will say to spell a round. What will we say to spell? A round. Let's sound it out. The first syllable is A. A. Second syllable is round. Ow. Use an ow, o, u, n, d. Go ahead and write a round. Good. And help me to write it. The first syllable is A. The second syllable is round. Ow, n, d. And how will we mark it? We'll put a line over the A. And why did it say it's long sound? A, E, O, U usually say their long sounds at the end of the syllable. And we'll underline the ow. Let's read it. A, ow, n, d. Around. And once again, there it is. There's that lazy vowel saying in an unstressed syllable. The next word is near. Please park near the store. Near. Go ahead and say near. Let's sound it out. N-E, use an E at A, Go ahead and write near. And help me to write it. N-E, And how will we mark it? We'll underline the E. Let's read it. N-E, near. The next word is towards. He threw the ball towards me. Towards. Go ahead and say towards. How many syllables? 2. We will say to spell towards. What will we say to spell? Towards. All right, let's sound it out. The first syllable is toe. T-O. The second syllable is wards. W-R-D-Z. Use a s. Go ahead and write towards. Sound it out loud as you write it. Towards. And help me to write it. The first syllable is toe, t-o. The second syllable is wards. W-R-D-Z. Now, how will we mark it? We'll put a line over the O. Why did it say it's long sound? A, E, O, U usually say their long sounds at the end of the syllable. We'll underline the R. And what sound of z do you hear in towards? The second. Very good. Let's read it. O-W-R-D-Z. Towards. There you go. Does that make sense? Good. The next word is create. Let's create a new birthday card for her. Create. Go ahead and say create. How many syllables in create? 2. We will say to spell create. What will we say to spell? Create. Let's sound it out. The first syllable is cre. K. Use a k. S. E. Second syllable is eight. Eight. Silent final E. Go ahead and write create. Sounding it out as you write it. Create. And help me to write it. E. Eight. Eight. Silent final E. How do we mark it? We'll put a line over the E. And once again, why did it say it's long sound? A, E, O, U usually say they're long sounds at the end of the syllable. And why did the A say it's long sound? The vowel said it's long sound because of the E. Let's read it. Create. Create. Look at that. It's read exactly how it's spelled. The next word is nervous. She felt nervous before the interview. Nervous. Go ahead and say nervous. How many syllables in nervous? 2. We will say to spell nervous. What will we say to spell? Nervous. All right, let's sound it out. The first syllable is ner. The ear of her. The second syllable is vus. Use an ow, o, s. Go ahead and write nervous. And help me to write it. The first syllable is ner, Second syllable is vus, s. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the and we'll underline the What sound of ow, o, is this? It's the fourth sound, All right, let's read it. Nervous. By the way, that suffix us means full of. And what are someone who's nervous full of? Nerves. That's right. The next word is replace. I will need to replace my marker. Replace. Go ahead and say replace. How many syllables? 2. We will say to spell replace. What will we say to spell? Replace. Let's sound it out. The first syllable is re, e. The second syllable is place. P, a, s. Use a k, s. Silent final E. Go ahead and write replace. And help me to write it. The first syllable is re, e. The second syllable is place. P, a, s. Silent final E. How do we mark it? We'll put a line over the E. A, E, O, U usually say they're long sounds at the end of the syllable. Why did the A say it's long sound? The vowel said it's long sound because of the E. Why did the C soften to S? You're right. The C softened to S because of the E. There are 2 reasons for a silent final E in the word replace. Let's read it. E-P-O-A-S. Replace. The next word is giggle. I heard the little girl giggle. Go ahead and say giggle. How many syllables in giggle? 2. We will say to spell giggle. What will we say to spell? Giggle. Let's sound it out. Gig. G-I-G. The second syllable is gull. G-ul. Silent final E. Go ahead and write giggle. That's right. It's spelled just like it sounds. Giggle. And help me to write it. The first syllable is gig. G-I-G. Second syllable is gull. G-ul. Silent final E. And why do we have a silent final E in giggle? Every syllable must have a vowel. Let's read it. G-I-G-G-ul. Giggle. The last word is notice. Did you notice that she looked very sad today? Notice. Go ahead and say notice. How many syllables? 2. We will say to spell no-tice. What will we say to spell? No-tice. Let's sound it out. The first syllable is no. N-O. The second syllable is tis. T-is. Use a k-s. Silent final E. Go ahead and write no, tis. Sounding it out. And help me to write it. The first syllable is no. N-O. Second syllable is tis. T-is. Silent final E. How do we mark it? We'll put a line over the O. Why did it say its long sound? A, E, O, U usually say their long sounds at the end of the syllable. Now, why did the C say S, its second sound? That's right, the C softened to S because of the E. Let's read it. N-O-T-I-S, notice. Did you notice how many things you've learned about words? This is great.
Combining the science of reading with the joy of learning. Learn more at essentials.logicoфenglish.com.